Hello, this is Helena Fontes here, candidate for the Massachusetts Governor's Council, District 6. I want to say that I'm really thankful to the many of you who have been reaching out and looking for further elaboration and clarity on implicit biases, how they influence legal proceedings, and how I plan to address them if elected. This is a great question and conversation, so let's dive right in. Okay, so before I get into any explanations, I'd like to take a moment to do a small exercise together to illustrate my point. I am going to repeat some terms commonly used in our judicial system, and I'd like to ask those of you who are watching this to take a self-inventory as I'm saying each word and consider the following. What feelings and emotions surface upon the hearing of each word, and what other images and associations are you making with each word? Okay, so now that we know the questions we'll be answering, I'll go ahead and start. Defendant, accused, perpetrator, suspect, offender. And again, I'll repeat that list. Defendant, accused, perpetrator, suspect, offender. I'm willing to bet that for many of you, the feelings that surfaced in your mind and body at the hearing of these words were likely those of fear, apprehension, suspicion, and mistrust. I ask you, did feelings of compassion and empathy emerge? Were there any associations of someone who might have been sick or suffering? And did you feel moved to help? I'm willing to guess that for the majority, the associations and emotions that would normally prompt empathetic and compassionate responses were not present at the hearing of those words. Language in any setting, but particularly in legal settings where the very nature of the work is to make judgments about people and their interpretation of the facts, the terms we are currently using reinforces implicit biases and is what I believe to be the cause of many of the inequities and disparities that we see today. What is an implicit bias? I'm glad you asked. Implicit bias refers to the attitude or stereotypes that affect our understanding, actions, and decisions in an unconscious manner. Implicit biases, which includes favorable and unfavorable assumptions, are activated involuntarily outside of an individual's awareness or control. Imagine with me for just a moment how significantly things could and would shift if we started having conversations centered on implicit biases and replaced the terms that I just read with more human-centered language. Person-centered, human-centered language, well, that's simple. They're words used to keep an individual's humanity front and center, which in the mental health world that I work in has proven to foster feelings of empathy and compassion towards the individuals served. Terms, particularly those that carry negative connotations, dehumanizes individuals and takes our focus away from the broader issues they may be experiencing, like homelessness, mental health crisis, unemployment, and the list really could go on. The way I'd like to address this issue is simply by starting the conversation one at a time with each and every prospective judge, clerk, member of the parole board, regardless to if they're entering our district, family and probate, or housing courts. Again, my name is Helena Fontes. I am a candidate for the Massachusetts Governor's Council, District 6. I am asking for your support and your vote on Tuesday, September 1st in the Massachusetts Democratic primary race. I am running to bring new ideas to the council and to protect Massachusetts' most vulnerable and marginalized populations. Won't you join me in this fight? Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.